The morning sun glinted off the steel rails as Thomas and Percy chugged toward the old stone bridge that crossed the river. A storm had raged through the night, and the river below was swollen and furious. Crashing against the bridge, supports with alarming force. As they approached, a loud crack echoed through the valley. Thomas slowed, eyes wide with alarm. A section of the track ahead was missing, washed away by the rising water. The gap was growing, and if they didn't act fast, the entire bridge might collapse. Percy pulled up beside Thomas, steam hissing from his funnel. "We have to warn the others," he said, but Thomas was already scanning the scene. The gap wasn't too wide yet, maybe just wide enough for a jump. "If we don't get across now," Thomas said, "we'll be stranded, and the supplies we're carrying won't reach the village." Percy hesitated. He wasn't built for stunts, but the urgency in Thomas's voice stirred something brave inside him. The water was rising fast, and the track behind them was beginning to tremble. Thomas backed up slowly, lining himself up with the broken stretch. He revved his engine, wheels spinning with determination. "I'll go first," he called. With a mighty puff of steam, he surged forward, gaining speed. The wind whipped past him as he reached the edge and launched into the air. For a moment, everything was silent, just the roar of the river and the creak of the bridge. Then, with a jolt and a shower of sparks, Thomas landed on the other side, his wheels skidding but holding firm. Percy watched in awe, his boiler pounding like a drum. He backed up even farther, his little green frame trembling. "I can do this," he whispered, and then he was off. Faster than he'd ever gone before, Percy raced toward the gap. The bridge groaned beneath him, and just as a chunk of stone gave way behind him, he leaped. His eyes squeezed shut as he soared through the air, and with a thud, he landed beside Thomas, wobbling but upright. They both let out a cheer, their whistles echoing across the valley. Behind them, the last section of track gave way, crashing into the river below. The bridge was no longer passable, but Thomas and Percy had made it. They looked at each other, pride and relief shining in their eyes. "We did it," Percy said, still catching his breath. "We really did it." Thomas nodded, already turning toward the village. "Let's finish the job. They're counting on us." Together, they rolled forward, their wheels clacking steadily on the rails. As they disappeared into the distance, the river continued to rage, but the two brave engines had beaten the odds. Their daring jump would be remembered across Sodor for years to come, not just for the risk they took, but for the courage they showed when it mattered most.